Hey, everybody, welcome to another exciting episode of Javier in the Air. So, you have to excuse me, I didn't have the microphone set up ready to go. I hope everybody is staying cold and safe on this heat advisory day. This is probably the, I don't know, 10th, 11th heat advisory day since early May. So, stay safe, stay hydrated if you're going to get out. Try to get out early morning or late afternoon. So I am going to be. Actually, first of all, for those of you who have not seen my show before, welcome to my little corner of the internet. And also, I didn't get as much out. I know I keep saying this every other week, but during the week that I travel to my office for my work job during the day, I do not get to walk as much. Plus, with heat advisories and other things going on, I just haven't been able to do it. So, I do have a Trash in the Hood. It's not as many days. Plus, I'll give you an update on some other things that are going on as well, and how I got a good company to work with for something that I'm working on. So, let's just go straight to Trash in the Hood. Dark Frog Social Media presents Trash in the Hood, Week 50. Hey everybody, welcome to Week 50 of Trash in the Hood. So I was only able to document one day. I had an issue with the other image. I actually deleted it before I uploaded it, so I apologize for that. This is day 2, which means Tuesday of the week. As you see, there's a couple of beer cans and some to-go containers. Some vape. I think there was a vape pen. There's a gas a little mini canister, a bunch of plastic and stuff like that. And then I had a large number of cigarette butts. So the route that I took this time was around El Salito Parkway. So I wasn't that surprised that there was a large number of cigarette butts, which is unfortunate, but there you have it. So there's also a lot of other junk on there. Luckily, I was able to get out and pick up a fair amount of garbage for a Tuesday. And there you have it. And there you have it, Trash in the Hood, Week 50. Yes, sometimes even technology gets the better of me. So I was trying to clean up my phone to make sure I had room for future images and videos. And I inadvertently deleted day 4. And then on day 6, I actually did go out walking, but I didn't pick up trash because I was dealing with some stuff on the home. So if you, like myself, are a homeowner, you know that things happen and you have to deal with things. Well, because of the hailstorm that came through here about almost a month ago now, I was able to, unfortunately, file a claim for hail damage. And Saturday morning, the insurance claims ladder assist adjuster came out and was able to take photos and document the dings and issues with my roof that were previously found by a nice company that a friend of mine owns. Matt Ellis owns a great little company called Reliable Roofing. So I'm fairly confident that the claim is going to be accepted, which then means I just have to pay my deductible. So if you live in the Cedar Park area and you think you may have hail damage, definitely let me know, or just let the people know out at Reliable Roofing. Give them a call. Matt and Chris and the rest of the team, more than happy to help out. And if you want, you can let them know Javier sent you. That would be nice and appreciated. Because I want to let them know that I appreciate their work that they've done for me so far. They haven't even worked on the roof yet, but they've been very helpful to help me get the whole process started. So thanks a lot, Matt and Chris and everybody else out there at Reliable Roofing. Okay, so you did see that one image I had for Trash in the Hood. I continue to get great feedback and positive feedback from people, thoughtful comments and thoughts and suggestions, and I appreciate all that. For those of you who may not know already, I do also post these images on nextdoor.com. So I'm not doing it to belittle anyone or to point out specific houses or anything like that. In fact, I don't show houses at all. I just show the trash, and then I post what my route was for that day. So if you want to do something like that in your neighborhood, I say go for it. Grab a grabber and a bag, and off you go. If you can do it all by yourself, like a lot of the times I do, you can do it with friends or family. Make a day of it or make a morning walk of it. I do recommend you take water, especially in this heat, if you're going to be out middle of the day, even late afternoon. If you go early morning, you may be okay, and if you go prior, like right before sundown or after the sun goes down, then that'll work out for you too. So I do have some additional information that I'd like to show for healthy after 50 on having to deal with something. So why don't we just go ahead and go straight into healthy after 50. We'll have a Zen moment and then a spirit time, and then we'll call it a day. So here we go. Dark Frog Social Media presents Healthy After 50. This week, bites. Hey everybody, welcome to Healthy After 50. So this week I want to talk a little bit about bites, specifically insect bites, or insect bite, or wasp or bee, or yellow jacket stings. So and I bring it up because it happened to me this week. So quick background: when I was a young child, I was very highly allergic to bee stings and insect bites, among 10,000 other things, but we'll stick with those two. So when I would get stung by a wasp or a yellow jacket or even a honeybee or a bee of any kind, I would blow up almost to the level of anaphylaxis. So I had to have Benadryl with me everywhere I went, along with the other allergy issues that I had. So as we get older, sometimes our immune system may change, sometimes for the better, sometimes for the not. I took allergy shots for about 10, 12 years in a row consistently. So that built up my immune system so that it's pretty decent, so that a bee sting does not affect me as much as it had in the past. However, if you are highly allergic to a bee sting, I recommend that you, one, keep an EpiPen with you, and or two, also keep some Benadryl with you. I know they do over the counter does a lot of pills and capsules and stuff like that for Benadryl, but if you want to get it quicker into your system, I found that liquid Benadryl works way better overall. So that may be something you want to look into. For those that are bites, insect bites that are not as bad as, say, a bee or a wasp or a yellow jacket, along those lines, remember that as we get older, our skin does get thinner, and so you may have more of an impact from, say, a mosquito bite or fire ants or something like that, more so than you used to in the past. Now, I'm not talking about just allergies or one being allergic to them. I'm just talking about in general. So some of the old, what would you say, medicinal remedies that your grandmother or your great-grandmother or your uncles or your great-uncles used to tell you to do actually work. So, for example, if you get stung by something, normally, I'm not talking about like a scorpion or something like that. However, I have heard using meat tenderizer for scorpion stings or do work out, and the reason that being is the tenderizer has a tendency to pull the toxins out of the sting and out of your body. For something like a bee or a yellow jacket or a wasp, it's important that if you are stung, look at where you are stung and make sure that the stinger is out. So I'll show you. In fact, this is a good place to stop right here, and I'm going to show you what happened to me this past Friday, and I'm going to show you how It still looks pretty bad. Don't worry, it still looks pretty bad as far as the swelling is concerned, but it's nothing to where I would have been, say, 40, 44, 38 years ago. So let's take a look at that real quick, and then I'll get back to some of the other remedies. Okay, so while I was driving home on Friday, which I drive with the windows down, by the way, in my nice older classic truck, a bee or possibly bees landed on my arm, and as I looked down from driving to try to figure out what the hell had landed on me, I got stung. So it was a mess. I got a couple of I felt it, and I could see at least one stinger still left in me, like on my arm, and you know how it pumps away. If you don't know, it pumps away, it keeps pumping the poison. So I was able to use my thumbnail to get it off, but I was driving. So this is how it looks right as I finally was able to take a stop near the house so I could take a look. So this is the next day. There is two very distinctive pus areas that I circled, and as you can see now on my forearm, and this is my forearm, you can see how the swelling has progressed. So Saturday afternoon I was cleaning out my truck, and I found this guy, one of the culprits. I put a outline around the actual body itself. The other part is a shadow, but that's the guy, at least one of the guys that got me. So this is later on Saturday. As you could see, it was now progressed. It's a dark red. It hasn't progressed any further since then, but it's pretty pronounced now, and you can see it when you angle my arm that it's raised up quite a bit. Okay, so like I said, it hasn't. I don't know if you can see it. You can see the where the swelling and the redness is right here. So it's still red. I did take Benadryl for it, but like I mentioned in the voiceover, if you get stung by a bee or a wasp or a yellow jacket or any type of thing that stings, some of them will pull away and their stinger will stay in your point of sting wherever you got stung. So the rule of thumb is to take your thumb and use your thumbnail to scrape out the stinger, because what happens is the stinger keeps pumping what's left of its poison into your body. So that's just a mechanism that a lot of insects that have stingers will do. So you want to try to get that out as much as you can. I think part of the problem why my arm is swollen it like it is because I was not able to get it out. I thought I had swatted away whatever it was, and I continued to drive, which, by the way, I almost had an accident trying to get the insect, to swat it while I'm trying to drive on the toll road. Anyway, so I could feel it like a pulse, like a mini pulse on my arm. So I looked down and I saw that this, at least one of the stingers, and I'm still thinking that two things stung me. But I could see one stinger still left in my arm, so I was able to scrape it away as I'm driving, making sure that I don't cause any accidents, which I didn't. And so you want to be sure and scrape that stinger off of you. It's a good rule of thumb for if you have anybody with you that gets stung by an insect that you think has a stinger. Be sure and check the site point that they are complaining that they feel the pain from, and make sure that the stinger is still not in place, because it will continue to inject its poison into you. Now, if you're getting multiple stings, you want to get yourself to a doctor ASAP. The old wives' remedies are not going to help you, especially if you have 3 or 4 or 5 stings, regardless of whether you're allergic or not. If you are allergic, again, keep an EpiPen with you. Especially as you get older, our skin gets thinner, so you may actually have more adverse reactions to stings, whether you've ever been allergic to them or not. But again, multiple stings, go to the hospital right away. This was probably 2 stings, as you saw the 2 little sites that I think I got stung at. So I've been taking Benadryl, And also the old wives' tale remedy of putting mud on your arm. If you don't have an opportunity to ice it, which is what I've been doing, it's kind of pointless to ice it now, but it feels better when I do, so I ice it anyway. One of the things you can do is put mud on there and or baking soda. I've been told both, and I know both actually work because I've used it before. So the chemical reactions behind those, I won't go into detail, but they do have a tendency, especially baking soda, to kind of neutralize the poison from the stinger, from being stung, and also has a tendency to draw out the poison. So I know the mud does that as well. Now, of course, around here, this part of Texas is pretty much clay everywhere, but you might be able to get a hold of some soil. But by the time you get to the soil, you should have just put some ice on it and make sure there's no stinger. So, for stings like that, be sure and use mud. Be sure, if not, baking soda. If not, get to a doctor, especially if you are highly allergic to stings. And always, check the area. I recommend icing, even though I don't know if it actually will do anything. At least it may help with some of the inflammation. Plus, it's cool to the skin. And I know for me, like this area here is, you can see is warm. It's warmer than the skin around it. So I've been putting ice on it just to see if that helps out with trying to lay it down. I'll give you an update next week as to how it looks. But there you go for when it comes to stings. If you have any local remedies that you do for bee stings or wasp stings or anything along the lines that's a stinger, be sure and send them my way. I'd love to get them on the show too, to let other people know other homemade remedies and whether they work or not. Thanks a lot, everyone. Okay, so that was our Healthy After 50. I hope you got gleaned a little good information out of that. If you have any thoughts, comments, or concerns or suggestions for Javier in the Air, that's Javier in the Air, not on the air. My YouTube handle is Javier in the Air 01. Then feel free to either leave a comment on my show on YouTube, or if you know me on Facebook, or if you've seen me on TikTok or Instagram, or you know me by person, or you can text or leave me a message, however you can. So, now that we've gotten the Healthy After 50 out of the way, we are going to go to our Zen our Zen moment, and then we're going to go into our spirit time. So let's go ahead and calm down, chill out, relax, and listen and look at my Zen moment.
Like a bird on a tree, I'm just sitting here. I got time, it's clear to see. From up here, the world seems small. We can sit together. It's so beautiful, you and me. We meant to be in the great outdoors, forever free.
And there you have it, our Zen moment. I hope that chilled you out a bit. Planning for the rest of the week. So sometimes I get asked what the music is that I use, and I have a license with the video editing software that I use, which is Wondershare Filmora, and it comes with royalty-free music. Now, royalty-free doesn't mean that they didn't get paid for the music. It just means that I don't have to pay additional royalties to the musician or to the album producing company or anything like that. Record company, another way to say it. But however, if you like the song, this was by Eldar Kadem, and it was called Calm Moment, You and Me. So calm moment, you and me, Eldar Kadem. So some people have asked me why do I like to change up the music and how do I pick the music? Well, there's a couple of things involved on that. So one of the things is it's how it strikes me on how I felt for the week. So how it summed up my week. What I would like to listen to chill out if I'm sitting out on my back patio when it was cool enough or when it is cool enough, and sit there listening to some nice music as I just enjoy a nice drink out on the patio. Another way I choose it is that if it is not, if it's something new, I search for new stuff that I get constantly with my license. They update quite a bit, and they download snippets of the song, so I could hear snippets of the song, and then I can download it and use it for my show. And third is really whether I like it or not. So if I had other people here to make a choice, we may have different music. But I have a vote of one and only one, so I get to choose what I have. So speaking of one and only one, if you would like to be a co-host on the show for an episode or two, by all means, please feel free to reach out to me and I can get you on the show. I'd love to have you here in my studio, aka my home, so that way we could have a 2-camera setup and we can talk about anything and everything, which may even lead to a couple of episodes depending on what kind of conversations we have. And then also would love to just have you on and talk about things. So if you're interested in doing a co-host for an episode or two, just let me know. All right, so I think we're going to get under the 30-minute mark, which is what I've been trying to do the past couple of shows. Now we're going to go into Spirit Times. And before I go into Spirit Time, I want to congratulate the Boutique. This weekend is their 4th anniversary of being open. They've been a fantastic job. They were able to ride the wave of COVID, and they did a fantastic job there. I remember walking into their shop, Brother Rob and I, and thought we had died and gone to beer heaven. It was fantastic. Scott was very knowledgeable at that time and walked us through different types of beers, and we've been going ever since. So congratulations to Scott and Jana and the rest of the team out there at the Boutique. Happy anniversary. So let's go into Spirit Time now. Dark Frog Social Media presents Spirit Time. This week, damn, it feels good to be a ginger. Hey everybody, have my glasses on for a minute so I can be sure and read what's on the can, as I've been obviously having more and more difficulty with that. So this is put out by Lone Pint Brewery, brewed and canned in Magnolia, Texas. And they have a little thing on there that says, now it's okay to drink alone. So, perfect. Lone Pint Brewery, kudos to you on your slogan. And the name of this beer, again, is Damn, It Feels Good to Be a Ginger. So, obviously, somebody's a ginge out there. I don't see... Oh, this is a Texan-style ginger ale. Okay, which I didn't know. I don't think there's going to be any ABV, so this may be... Oh, no, there it is. 6.1 ABV. So even though it's a ginger ale, it's an alcoholic ginger ale. So that's fantastic. And I'm going to show you the can. Lone Pine Brewery. Where is it? Right there. And then you can see the can. And there's the Damn, It Feels Good to Be a Ginger. And you can see all that. So there you go. I'm going to take the glasses off now. I don't need them to drink, just to read. So here we go. Again, this beer was brought to you by the good people at Boutique. They were available. I was able to go out there, say hi to Scott and Jana, and enjoy some beer there, and then picked up some beer. So I've also been asked, also here's the glass, to tie in the glass. This is Lagunitas, and there's a picture of a dog on there. You might be able to see it, may not. Yeah, you can see it there. So some people have asked me where have I gotten these glasses from, because a lot of places, of course, don't have glasses that are, from the breweries. So if you have an opportunity, and you go out to a brewery that has their own beer, sometimes they will have glasses there, and you can buy glasses there. If you go to a place like the Boutique that does sponsor some breweries that come out a couple times a year, they will have sometimes glasses that you could either purchase or you purchase when you buy the beer. A lot of the ones I have, I actually got on Thursday nights when I was living out in Duluth, Georgia. There was a sports bar there, and every Thursday night they sponsored a brewery, and they would come in and they would give you a free glass with your drink on your first drink, and then after that they just served it in whatever. So this was Lagunitas. It looks like a jelly jar type of thing, but it's not. It doesn't have any grooves to put anything on. So, and that was the first time that I was introduced to Lagunitas. Okay, so now we're gonna try Damn It Feels Good to Be a Ginger. Again, this is from Lone Point Brewery out of Magnolia, Texas. So here we go. Trying to give it a little bit ahead, but not much. There's not much to this, which is good when it comes to a ginger ale. Now, I am not particular to ginger ales, but this one does have an ABV, so that does warm the cockles of my heart a little bit. So let's try it out. Definitely the smell of a ginger ale. You get that ginger, that nice bite of ginger. Yes, this is definitely a ginger ale. I don't think I've actually reviewed a ginger ale before on the show, so this is something new. Definitely has the taste of a ginger ale. I think it would be good. I think this would be something that I would pair with vodka to make a Moscow Mule. Not a lot of overall differences, nuances when it comes to ginger ale in my book. Definitely you get the ginger, you get a little bit of the carbonation for it, and you can tell that it is alcoholic, or at least I can tell that it has a slight bit of alcohol in it. Overall, I think it's pretty good for as far as the ginger ale goes. And like I said, I'm not one that leans towards ginger ales, but this is better than some of the other ones I've had before, including some of the non-alcoholic ones. So not bad. Way to go, Lone Point. I am going to give you 7 thumbs up out of 10. If you feel that I have made a mistake as far as the review amount goes, feel free to reach out to me at Javier In The Air, and or perhaps you can send me a sample of your beers, and we can have a discussion on my show as to why you feel it may have a better rating than what I gave it. So here's to Lone Point Brewery. Lone Point? Yes, Lone Point Brewery out of Magnolia, Texas. Salute. Thanks a lot, everyone. And that's it, everyone. If you like the show, please drop me a line and let me know, or leave me a comment on my YouTube channel, Javier In The Air. My YouTube handle is Javier In The Air 01. Or reach out to me however you want. I hope you have a good rest of our start to your week. Stay hydrated, stay indoors if you can. Always take water with you if not. And I will see everybody again next week. Thanks a lot, everyone.